nine freedoms, and I thought today we just discuss the points that we have learned so far, and also I kind of question ourselves, and so it's more like a self-reflection, and we can just discuss some points before we go into more advanced freedoms. So that's what I thought, and I have a lot of things to learn from this first freedom. And for those masters who are new to this, a short a short summary of this book called The Nine Freedoms by Dr. George King, and it's a channel material from the higher sources, and they identify themselves as Mars Sector 6, and it's basically like beyond the Earth planet, let's say. And it's divided into nine freedoms. It's not any commandments. It's basically essential steps for the mankind to move forward, and to go towards this path of so-called ascension. And so many points were clarified for us, and we have learned so far four freedoms, namely like bravery, love, service, and enlightenment. So then I saw the fifth freedom is already like ascension, and it's really quite advanced topic, and we always needs to master the first basic steps before jumping into this. And so that's why let's repeat some of the main lessons, and discuss where we are in the first freedom called bravery. And before that, I would like to um, ask you to start like meditation, to be in that state so that we are more in touch with our source. So please sit very comfortably, close your eyes, clasp your hands and cross your legs. Now please direct your attention to your breath, your normal, natural, tender, and soft breath. Observing the way in and the way out. With an intention to connect to your center. Whenever you have a thought, just acknowledge and bring back your attention to your breath. Last 5 minutes, friends. Be with your breath. Last 1 minute, friends. Slowly bring back your attention to your physical body. Let us return to that stillness within. Last 20 seconds. Become aware of your body and your posture. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, friends, gently place both of your palms on your eyes, letting them there, there for a few seconds. And you may open your eyes whenever you're ready. Okay, friends, thank you so much for another amazing meditation. Such wonderful group energies. I enjoyed really a lot. And with that, let us start the session. Yes, thank you, India ji. It's really blissful with the wonderful Ganesha prayer. Totally agree. Uh, I'm really grateful for the Pyramid Valley's concerts. Yeah. So, okay, friends, as you know, we are again reading this book, The Nine Freedoms, and of this, I just want to show you the book, The Nine Freedoms. If you haven't bought this or if you haven't started reading this, highly recommend it. And also, I recommend the podcasts that that really give you a nice overview of all the freedoms. But today, I would like to know your knowledge and your understanding so far of the first freedom, bravery. And first, for me, the understanding of bravery is like through everyone's life. Like we are faced with a lot of tests, right? So this book sets where once we accelerate our spiritual awakening, when we start the process, the karma sets in. Like we are learning everything at a faster rate due to our practice, and we are getting more and more tests. And to be able to face this, we need to have the bravery. So this is how it starts, the concept of bravery. But of course, um, there are so many layers and levels of conquering fear, right? Like, what do you think? On what levels do we are we really talking about, and what are the levels that you are understanding? It would be great to know your perspective as well. So please feel free to unmute yourself, and you can share your knowledge on this aspect, like on what levels of fears are we talking about, and like according to your knowledge. Feel free to raise your hand or unmute yourself, friends. So there, um, let me explain my understanding a little bit. Um, like whenever we see of like body, mind, and spirit, right? So on the body level, we are obviously afraid of our survival. Like if, yeah, like jumping on the bridge, of course, it's a fear, right? Fear of heights. And of course, mind on the mind level, maybe working on your public speaking skills. It can also be a fear. Like personally, I had a lot, and I think even now, if I if I have to talk in front of so many people, I will have that fear a lot. And um and then um going even further, um spiritual fears. So that means if you suddenly have some experiences and you suddenly start seeing things, and obviously fear of the unknown will set in, right? So this is the spiritual um, fears, like based on experiences. So sometimes, of course, most of the experiences are blissful, but when you're really alone in that state, if you are not ready for the experience, it can be fearful. So like in my I had that experience when I was meditating for when I started meditating 3 hours at one point of time, early in the mornings, and I experienced um, a cooling energy that's coming or rising up my spine. So at that time, I didn't know that this is what the Kundalini awakening, or at least the starting of Kundalini. So the more I meditate, the more I could experience the energies. But I really had the fear. I don't know from where it came from. And I opened my eyes completely. So I don't know where the fear was coming from, but I couldn't face it on that day. So this is my kind of spiritual fear, um, that that can be, or that I should overcome. So, do you have any experiences in your practice so far? Would be great to know your opinions as well. So please feel free. Don't feel shy to talk about your experiences. Yes, Pinjaji.
Hello, Shashanji. Like I said,
Hello.
beautiful meditation. Thank you for picking that music. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
Uh, and the experiences, maybe I don't have that deep, but the three levels you share: body, mind, soul, kind of, or spiritual. Uh, yes, I don't know if you call it bodily. Like, growing up in India or anywhere, we are afraid of snakes and lizards, those kind of animals, right? So that is a fear. And um, whether you want it or not, like, even though I'm gaining knowledge, and if you gain more knowledge, understanding of animals, and with spirituality, we all realize, we all have the same energy and universal law. So if we don't do anything, it won't do. But that basic fear, as soon as, even if you talk to yourself, as soon as you see it creeping next to you, you freeze, right? And so I'm still trying to overcome that, but definitely understand understanding that they are more afraid of you than you are is something, giving me more and more confidence. And now I understand, their timings when they come out, springtime, what we live next to a pond, so water. So all those gives me more like, just don't bother them. They won't bother you the rest of the time. So physical level, that kind of fear. And of course, I'm not very experimentative, like to do bungee jumping or anything. It's not the fear of heights, but why go and experience that is something that I've stopped myself from. But maybe one day I can let go. And the mental level, there are a lot more fears, like not being able to say no is one of the things I am still trying to learn. Um, is I don't know if it is fear of unknown or being having the comfort zone or whatever I don't know. I'm still trying to get out of it. So learning to try and say no, getting out of your comfort zone, those kind of things. And spiritual level, definitely what you said, but I have never done that intense meditation yet. Whatever little experiences I've had pleasant ones so far, just small ones. I think I even am even further down, like, where I'm not letting myself get to that state. Maybe that is the fear. I know, like, when you're doing Brahma Murta, like longer meditations, you may experience something, right? So maybe I've never gotten to doing it at that time. So I have to let go and just, uh, if I want to get deeper into meditation, I have to face my fears. And I think that's what I wanted to share about myself. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Vindhyaji, for sharing your experiences. Yeah, one I understand like survival, right? Obviously, we are wired to um, we are wired to fear, right? And the moment we see a danger, immediately we'll act upon it. And 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 some things, of course, that's what it's written or it's said in this book. Like it's not about going blindly, like foolishly, like jumping on the out of the bridge. I mean, I'm not saying about bungee jumping, but bravery in even ordinary moments, and bravery shown in ordinary moments, and how to conquer our fears. And what I noticed in this book, especially, is before we go into advanced stages of through like experiencing ourselves um, as more than this body, um, we have to conquer first the survival instinct on spiritual level. So this is what I understood from this book. Um, with right kind of knowledge, we can dispel this fear. So another example is when I started practicing, let's say, lucid dreaming or astral travel, such stuff, just to experience beyond what's beyond this body, whether if it's true or not. First of all, um, you have to, of course, do it alone, and the first thing that you get is always the fear, right? And this is something, a block that really stops you. And what I understood here is you need the right kind of knowledge. The right kind of knowledge means you need to learn as much as possible from all the masters, or all the religions that they are saying, and try to use that knowledge to dispel this fear. So once we know that, at least theoretically, that these things exist or there is a possibility and nothing can go wrong, because you are actually a divine being, not just physical body, then with this right kind of knowledge, the fear can be conquered. But of course, it's not like a switch on and off process. Every step we have a challenge, and we overcome, we get confidence, and then we go next. So that's how I see it. Thank you so much for wonderfully putting that together. Yeah.
Yeah, true. I think what you said is very true. We have to gain enough knowledge, and I think there are two things. One is fear of unknown. The other one is leaving your comfort zone, right? So both we need to get over. And sometimes I'm like, why do I even need that? But I think uh, even other fears, like you said, sometimes it could be our sole plan, and we, even if we try to just do our free will and avoid it, it may still keep, showing up until we learn that lesson. So yes, why not experience what we are here to experience? So, thank you.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Indraji.
Shashank, I'm Malati. Okay.
Hello, Malati ji.
Yeah.
Hi.
I I had a major car accident last year. However, nobody was hurt. It was
No.
just the car. Okay. But since then, I had the symptoms of anxiety and all that. Tremor in my hand, and didn't want to get behind the wheels anymore, and you know that kind of anxiety. And I had, with that, I had some health problems as well. But that the anxiety is something I I'm very afraid of driving the car now. Okay, when I sit behind the car, I can feel the anxiety coming up, almost saying, hope you'll come back safe.
Mm.
Right. And i'm I think I'm hyper attentive of the roads and people around, when I'm driving. It's more than I need. But only, but the anxiety is not going at all. That is what is stopping me from taking the car long distance. I'm
Mm.
not able to do it. And that is one thing that is stopping me from doing what I want to do. I was driving the car till last year, no problem.
Mm.
And at the mind level, the mind is almost saying, do you really need to drive? You take a taxi and go. That is what is my mind saying to me. Why do you want to take a risk?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And at spiritual level, when I get into the car, I tell the universe, please guard me and bring me back home safe, to the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. Yes, Malati ji, I understand this fear because I learned I learned driving recently. Let's say like 4 years ago here in Germany, and I had a lot of fear, to be honest, and I took lot of time to get over that. And on the first day of my driving, I was hit actually. Only just the car was
Mm.
destroyed a little bit, but nothing happened. And I was really shocked, really. I That's why I understand this anxiety. And so a couple of incidents happened as well. Really made me doubt myself. Um, but what helped me was to tell myself, or give that confidence to myself, and practicing like in small stages. I mean, of course, there are a lot of other ways, right? How to get over the anxiety of driving.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
complete different topic. But
Mm.
taking the example here as how do we overcome such kind of fear is universal, I guess.
Mm.
At least in my opinion, that we take it small, we overcome it.
Mm.
Maybe here is example like when there is not much not much of traffic. Yeah. And get some confidence. And the moment if you're feeling it's out of control, and then stopping it, and then going it further.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how I see it. Like I also experienced that. And the more I drive, I got over, but it's not like it's completely gone. I totally
Yeah.
understand that we cannot from 0 to 100, we cannot
We
do
can't
it.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know.
Hi, Sashank. This
Um,
is Ranjani here. Can you
Hello,
hear me?
Ranjini ji. Yes, yes.
Okay, I have a suggestion for Malati ji. I mean, I don't know how doable it is, but depending on where you live, I assume she's in the UK or India, or I'm not sure.
UK.
Okay, so if you have a set of family or friends
Mm.
who can spare some time for you during the day, maybe if you have list of 10 friends, if you
Yes.
can probably take their time schedule maybe once a week, so you
Mm.
don't bother anybody more than once a month.
Mm.
Maybe for half hour, if you can go with them next to you who's capable of driving, in case you suddenly get an anxiety attack, you can switch the
Yeah.
roles, and you can have a friend or family sit with you for some time.
Mm.
Maybe for 6 months, if you can get 10 people to sit with you once a week,
Yeah. Mm.
till you absolutely gain the confidence where you left it. That is something that is possible to get back where you left, is what I think.
Okay. Thank you.
Best wishes.
Thank you. Thank you, Ranjini ji. Yes. So, yes, friends. And coming back to conquering fear, especially in this first freedom, it was like a analogy to any animal, like a dog, for example. If you if you like, it can be dog or if any other thing, but we can take dog as an example. If you show signs of fear when you see a dog, it can really smell it. And smell in the sense like animals have a different perception, right? And or if you start running, uh, this is how in most of the books they say, when the fear chases you, and if you start running, it chases you even more, the same as the animal, right? um, the thing is, you should never show your back, and this is when it you are at the point of conquering the fear. I see Master Madhu. Hi, Madhuka. You have
Am I audible,
here.
Shashank?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. The wonderful point you have raised, Shashank, regarding the fears. So, a couple of days back in the early morning session, I have read this story of Xuanzu. So, where he says about a man who is always scared of his shadow, or he doesn't know where the shadow is coming from, or, like he's scared of taking another step. He's always scared. So, at the end, he loses his life because of this fear, because he can't move, and wherever he's going the shadow is following, so he has a lot of fear. So Zhuangzi, he explains that one should not have these fears. One should sit at one place and still their mind so that they can let go of the fears. So if that man would have sat at one place, there wouldn't be no shadow and there wouldn't be no steps that he has to take. So fears are very common, but as in Carlos Castaneda, Teachings of Don John, also says that everybody have fears, but we have to face the fears. Until and unless we don't face the fears, it will keep on repeating. The pattern will keep on repeating. So for me, I had lots of fears before practicing meditation. Once I stilled my mind, then all these fears have gone. I mean, the fear of speaking in public. I was really very scared to speak in front of many people. Practicing meditation helped me to recognize that why I should have fear, like what for I have to have this kind of fear. Then the moment this understanding comes, there drops the fear. Like there are, I mean, like as Malti ji is sharing that she has fear of like driving a car because of the incident that happened in her life. So we should not stay there, we should not get stuck there. The moment you raise yourself and you say that it's okay, it happened, and then as Ranjani ji said, that take the support of the friends and the family, and then slowly start driving in a smaller places, so that once you are fine, then you can go for a long drives. And regarding Vindhya ji sharing about fear of saying no, like I was also having this fear of saying no, because I want to always satisfy others than satisfying myself, because I want to be good in front of everybody, or they should not treat me bad, they should not see me, oh, this girl is saying no, she's very egoistic person or something like that. But then later, practicing self-love, realized that it is very important to say no, because why to have these kind of fears that what happens if they reject you? It's okay, but about yourself. So it is also very important to speak what we feel. And it is also important to come out of our comfort zones and be comfortable every moment. This is the best lesson that I've learned from Patri sir, that there was some uncomfortable situation that happened while we were in Egypt in 2019. And then sir taught me that I went to Patriji and I told him, thank you, Patri sir, for breaking my comfort zone, because I was always in comfort and I always think that everybody will give me comfort. But that moment he did not give me comfort. Patri sir, like he was really testing me, or, like as a master, he can see what is happening inside you, and he wants to teach you something. So sometimes, the lessons will be harsh, but you get to learn a lot. So at that time, I went to Patri sir and I said to him, thank you, sir, for breaking my comfort zone. Then he shared that, I didn't break your comfort zone, Madhu. I just want you to be comfortable in every situation. So it is all in our hands to be in comfort or not in comfort, to be fearful or to not be in fearful. So it's all in our hands. And as every master says, meditation is the most important thing to let go of all these things and to accept, and to once you accept, once you recognize, then it is very easy to let go. Then there comes the bravery, like you cannot stay there forever, you cannot stay in fear forever. We have to move on, like if we don't take a step, we will never take a step like this man. So we should be for ourselves, we should speak for ourselves, we should motivate ourselves. There will be so many people who comes and motivates us, but until and unless we don't take a step, there will be no bravery in our life. There comes the real bravery, when we take our own step and we say that, yes, I did it, one step at a time. So thank you so much, Shashank, for having this interactive session, so that we can able to learn from each other, and we can revise this topic of bravery. Thank you once again.
Wow, thank you so much, Akka. You're such an inspiration. I remember your TED talk and amazing explanation. Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shashank.
Yeah, it's like a summary of all we have, all that we learned through your experiences. Thank you. So, yeah, friends, and finally, I just want to read a few lines that I like the most, and I go and read again and again. So this is from Mars Sector 6, who is channeling. If you remember, so study fear for what it is, study it coldly without emotion. You will discover that it is but a state of mind which you have formulated for yourselves. This state of mind is a result of karma, environment, and present outlook. Karma you can, at this very moment, make for yourself a karmic pattern, which, when manifested, will not bring vague fear as a result. So, again, as Master Madhu explained us, this is all, everything is, in the end, we create our own fears. And if we if we study it coldly without a bit with giving a distance, which is what meditation is, observing it from at a distance, studying it coldly, then we can control and we can overcome. So many of the fears will be just despair, and some needs to be worked on. So yeah, in the end, it's all about raising beyond our circumstances, raising beyond our environment, to step into the next step, which is our realizing our greatness and moving much forward. Yeah, this is what I understand. Any anyone else, friends, you would like to share your knowledge? So if not, I thank you all for participating and putting forward your wonderful energies and your real life examples, your experiences. We are here to learn from each other, and it's amazing this Jana Sangatya. So I'm really grateful to you all. We will meet again for the second freedom, as how far we are living the second freedom, love, and yeah, keep reading, keep meditating, and if Master Madhu, uh, do you have anything to announce?
Yes, Shashank, we will all again meet tomorrow morning for the morning meditation. And tomorrow evening will be Master Yana's session. So till then, have a lovely evening, friends. Thank you, Master Shashank.
Thank you. Thank you, Masters. Thank you, Madhaka. Bye. I wish you all a nice evening.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
for
Maltiji.
a really good session.
Thank you.
Mm.